I want to start it like this. আপনি যেহেতু বাংলা শব্দ একসঙ্গে আজকে একটু জোরে বলি তাদের জন্য আমার মনে হয় they will take these sweet memories back home. আসুন একসঙ্গে বলি আমি যে শব্দগুলো বলবো আপনারা আমার সঙ্গে একটু জোরে বলবেন আমরা আর একটু জোরে বলি সবাই মিলে আমরা আপনাদের দুজনকে ভালোবাসি This is on behalf of Tripura and it says we all love you.
আমরাও ভালোবাসি
Guruji, if you allow me, I have few, they are not questions actually, they are just few understandings of thought, few clarity of our own understandings which we want to learn from you, know from you, rather we want to enjoy the wonderful experience that you had of your lifetime. To begin with, I mean, a man like you, whom the country says you are the best, and whom the world says, look at him, whom Tripura says from today onwards, you are Sharbottam. Guruji, to you, who is an artist? Whom do you call an artist?
I basically feel anyone who has taken up an artistic work and doesn't just do it for selling what you know about, but I personally feel that I continue to be learning more and more and more and more in whatever I have learned. I can't remember all of them.
Guruji, can you take us back to your childhood days? I mean, how and where did you spend your childhood? How was it? You used to play?
Yeah.
If yes, then what? Cricket,
Yeah, I remember all
badminton?
that very well, except not remembering the present, but the past I do. Well, I'm a son of, in my parents, we are 10 of us in those days, like it's not very uncommon in Bengal, like in the south as well. And it is, so I was born in Shimla. My father was a government servant in Delhi for all his times. In British India, of course. So my father used to hum songs, probably learnt it. My grandfather couldn't afford him to teach even a little bit of music, paying 2 annas per month. So, but my father's interest into music was something which is remarkable. And I remember when we were in Simla, every summer he will be there and his wish was gardening. So from anywhere, we used to rush to school, but my father would be taking things out from the ground, throw away unwanted things, and sing along, and before he goes to the office in the morning. So that was one thing which I feel my love for the environment where I grew up. My father and all the 6 of us, brothers and 2 sisters, we were all either Delhi born or Simla born, according to the change of. So, but this is probably one thing which I still continue to love.
Excellent. And what about you, Guruma? I mean, if you tell us about your childhood, you need to take the microphone.
Though we are from Tamil Nadu, as he said, his life started in Delhi. I was born when my father was in Bombay. Then I grew up as a small child in Kanpur. Then 2 years as a young child, around 6. For 2 years I was in Tamil Nadu with my grandfather. That is how I speak, what Tamil I speak today is because of that. Then my father shifted to Delhi and I had all my education and growing up there. But while at Kanpur, my father was very much interested actually. He was interested in literature, he was interested in reading a lot, and that was his habit. So he encouraged me also in that. I mean, sort of, perhaps I also got that thing.
Right.
That's
Guruji,
how.
I'll quote you.
Quote me?
Yeah, I'll quote you.
I'm scared.
No, you need not be scared. This is just a very wonderful quote. May 21, 2018, you are saying, I was in hostel, all the boys and girls never took dancing, but they were taught group music every Friday. They would have bhajan and kirtan. I was actually motivated by the wonderful tune of kirtan in my childhood days, and that too in the hostel. Tell us something more about that.
That's affiliated to Kalakshetra, I think. Huh?
No, basically, before I joined Kalakshetra, that when I was 10 years old, where I used to, at the end of, before leaving my master course, and I was in Banaras. So we had common bathrooms. I'm sorry. So for 3-4 days, I would stand there outside and listen to beautiful music singing by one of my classmates, since I didn't know who was singing, where he was coming. And so I waited all the time till he finished his bath and came out. Then I heard him, you sing? This was, of course, after I had gone to, not in Kalakshetra, but in...
That is a much later than
the university.
When you was MSc in botany.
Okay.
So I looked for somebody to sing for me, for my dance. Then I waited there and asked him, were you the one singing? He said, yes. What is it? Do you also sing? Yes. Then I asked him, will you sing for my dance? Huh? He said, oh, I'm waiting for somebody to give me an opportunity to sing along. So that was the type, because it was not easy to get people to sing for you. So this was something I really enjoyed very much. And then for the 2 years of master's degree, I did botany and as my subject. And so that's how I started learning dance, and we gave a number of performances.
Add something more.
Actually, the question you asked was that where did he...
No, in
Friday,
the hostel. Yeah, Friday hostel days.
This thing. He was sent to Kalakshetra by his father. Even though his mother didn't know about it when the program was chalked out. She was away. He decided to send him to Kalakshetra for music. Because he was already learning as a child in Delhi. So when he was sent to Kalakshetra, of course, there he stayed in the hostel. And you asked about the Friday bhajan. So Kalakshetra had the custom of every Friday they used to have evening bhajans after dusk. They will light the lamp and they will all sing in chorus.
Guruji, 2 lines of any bhajan for us.
Bhajan?
Yeah.
No, that is... Okay, I'll sing whatever is coming. And I don't know. It is a bhajan. Deenan dukha haran deva santan hitkari deenan.
Excellent, excellent. We'll put our hands for this.
So that's
Guruji.
That was the question you asked.
Right.
That was Kalakshetra.
Guruji, आज के तारीख पे हम ये बोल लेते हैं कि I'm a dancer and I'm into dance. He's my guru and all that. But late back in 1947, when the country, we were at the stroke of the midnight hour when the world was sleeping and we said we are into freedom. 1947, a young boy or maybe a kid of 12 years old.
No, you were right.
And that boy taking dance as his passion, and his father supporting, telling that, yes, go ahead, you love dance, I know, and I'm there to support you. I remind audience, respected audience, late back in 1947. It was so challenging. Can you please highlight us, I mean, how was it possible when the country was all fighting for freedom and you being into dance, 12 years of age, 1947, I mean, this is wonderful. Can you please throw light upon that? How was it possible?
45 ponalla Kalakshetra. Yeah.
My father was preparing. He was going to retire in a couple of months, and a couple of years. So my father's plan we were 4 boys and 2 older, senior brothers. So they were almost settling, but with the other 4 of us, so we were planning, my father was planning that he didn't want me to give up my music. He didn't want, the dance was not in my agenda. It was only music that my father was very fond of. He never thought I was going to be a dancer. But then when I went to Kalakshetra, I used to look into the, not into the mirror, but through the window, watch the dance classes. And somebody reported to Rukmini Devi Arindale, who was the leader, who formed Kalakshetra. Somebody told her that this boy seems to be interested. He's watching into the classroom. And then the next summer, when I went, the office told me, you're going to be doing your dancing as well, because it was a secret between what Rukmini Devi said and what my father, I don't know why he suddenly decided. And so once it was music that I came for, then I started dancing, just looking through the windows. And that's how it started. And it is still hanging on with me.
I mean, keeping the wonderful awards that you had from the government of India. Yes, Guruma.
10-year-old boy of those days, no match of 10-year-old of this present day, definitely. Everything was decided by the elders. You never had, and perhaps music and dance he liked, so he joined, that's all. Not with thinking that it's going to be very serious in his life. That's how I think, even I started like that. So.
Guruma, I'll come to the next serious question, I mean, if it is serious at all, but please tell me, the most wonderful moment that we all would eagerly want to know from both of you, but especially from you. When did you meet him for the first time?
It was nothing interesting, because...
Yes, no masala in it.
No masala in it.
It was all arranged?
It was
yes, all arranged with horoscope matched.
Oh, really?
Matched.
It's very...
Guruji, please tell me, I mean, another quote of yours. One-to-one learning is important in any art form. Being a dancer, I believe the guru need to teach his or her disciple one-to-one. That gives perfection. What is that? We have dance schools where a guru, I mean, the tape recorder is on, she sits on a chair and decides and instructs, and she has 200 students, 250 students. Maybe the fee is 500 or 400 from each of them. Earning wonderful in so many institutes in our state and outside. Nationally, the fee is more. And you, being an exponent of this wonderful dance form, you are saying it has to be 1:1.
I was very fortunate to have, even from the childhood, to be a one-to-one. My music teacher came home when I was a little boy, and then I was in Delhi, Shimla. So it was, so he would come with my sister. I started with one of my older sisters. So she got married when she was 14. So then I was the one who was the only one who was, probably my father felt that this is going to be, he's going to be making something with his music as well. My father, that's what I imagine, I think, I'm not very sure. So it is, it is very essential because in a group, if you sing, you can do group singing, like even bhajans and things. It's different from classical music. You can't have 10 people, students in a class and all that. It's very essential that you get to listen to all the nuances in the music, in a particular composition. So if I'm 10 people of us sitting together, I felt, and I still continue to feel, that
you still feel the same?
Pardon?
You still feel the same?
I still feel the same, but there are so many gadgets and things that everybody learns without the human being sitting in front of him. So it's only, so that way is different, but it is ideal to have, especially when you're, now my grandson is now, suddenly we have realized that he's into, seriously into music.
Classical music.
So he really wanted to go to a teacher and so in one-to-one classes, even now that he's now taken up to music very seriously. So it is different from just singing in a whole group, but to listen to and to also be able to understand all minimum I told you. So
1:1, you are saying 1:1 teaching is important.
Yeah, one-to-one is definitely important. Without that, I think good musicians can't come out.
Gurumai, you are the best judge to tell us that this man, this legend who is sitting in front of us, you have seen him from the closest quarters of in your lifetime. And can you please tell us what keeps him going? And he in an interview says that I have a tremendous willpower that keeps me moving. That is exactly what he said in an interview. Can you please, from another perspective, tell us or guide us actually what is that what motivates him so much that even at the age of 85, he is so young in mind and he is so energetic, he is so passionate about his own art form, and he is so sincere and serious to the art form. What keeps him moving? Can you please guide us on that?
The first and foremost thing, what I feel is that I feel I'm even younger, so I can motivate him more. That's one thing. And because I am also very excited about doing things, very enthusiastic, and I love doing things that way in the art form. There is never any lack of not doing anything. He is always like that. And I think the whole family, two of our daughters, all of us are driving force for one another, I think.
Excellent.
And we are the best
Excellent.
critics also.
Another chance to put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you think so?
No, it's
Guruji,
a wonderful feeling to be working together as foursome.
Right.
Yeah.
Guruji, there is another line which can any artist at any point of time ask you, why? Why did you say this? And I have the line before me. It was on June 26, 2016, in an interview, Professor C.V. Chandrasekhar, he says that I don't dance for the audience, I dance for myself.
Yeah.
My God, this is such a beautiful line and this is such a very controversial line. I mean, audience coming and taking part in a program, they all actually eagerly waiting to see when Guruji will come and perform. But Guruji saying, I don't dance for the audience, I dance for myself.
Do you agree with me?
But you need to tell me why they all agree. I'm sure they all don't know why they agree to you.
You're sure they all agree?
Yeah, I'm sure they all don't know exactly why they agree to you. Please tell us in detail, or tell us at least the main majestic opinion of yours. Why do you feel so that you don't dance for the audience? I believe any artist, he or she, will always tell, I dance for the audience. I dance for the people who are here to see me. I dance for them. But a Guruji like you, I mean, a wonderful legend like you telling, I don't dance for the audience, I dance for myself is what? Please tell me.
Can I tell?
Please, please.
Like, See, the question of dancing for one's own self comes much later. Right from the beginning, you can't say that I'm dancing for myself. You have to do your homework, you have to do your hard work, you have to put in number of years, you should gather experience and all sorts of stages, whether it's a proscenium stage, whether it's an open or like house concert. So you have to gather all those, and with years you grow, and at some point, you really feel that you are dancing. You are just dancing, that's all. Dance is more important than anything else. Even you are not important. Even as a dancer, you are not important. What the dance which you project is more important.
But your
So
question
if you
is
can
different.
give that...
This philosophy is all spiritual, you want to mean?
Whatever you call it. We don't think that it's philosophy or spiritual. You are one with the dance means it happens. I mean,
Excellent.
all the time you're thinking about dance, all the time you want to do the... if you're creative in mind, I think that keeps you going. And what comes out has to be good. If you are good, your technique is good, basically. If your basics are there, then you need not worry whether you are perfect or not. Even you need not worry that. At points, you might be imperfect also, because perfection, if it grows on you, then you're stuck.
Excellent.
You are limited. You should rise above the perfection. Perfection should not rise above you, as an artist.
Good. Thank you, Jaya.
So,
This
no,
is excellent.
what I feel is that after some point, you have reached a stage, audience doesn't matter, but audience are important. If there are good audience, the performance is what you call the sahridaya. If the audience is good, appreciative audience, it definitely the response comes through the appreciation, not only with clapping. You can feel it. You can feel the vibration.
Right.
If that is there, that means you have arrived at a stage where you can enjoy your own dancing. You have to keep yourself, because art is a middle thing. Art is even above you. If you can feel that, then whatever you give has to be good.
This is so beautiful.
Has to be good.
This is so beautiful. Guruji, I again want you to go back to that wonderful moment of your life when you were learning, being a legend, you said that it was a program where I was watching and she was an 11-year-old girl performing before me. Kudiyattam dancer. Ravana lifts the Kailash as Shiva and Parvati, they are sitting on it. Learning from juniors, young people who have something new and creative in their mind, that touches my heart. It's such a pure line, Guruji, such a pure line.
Thank you, but I won't be able to say this again.
It's such a pure line. Guruji, I want to make the audience of Tripura, we want to see that wonderful expression that you were giving in that interview. Can you please show us what did you learn from that 11-year-old girl? The way you were moving the, entire Parvat. Can you please show that gesture to us?
Focus. Your Kapila Pratikesham. You must have made that comment about Kapila. The focus.
Basically, she will say it on my behalf.
He is finding it difficult. No, actually, the person whom he is mentioning here, the 11-year-old girl, it is Kapila Venu, who is a Kudiyattam person.
Right.
Yes,
And,
now I get it.
yes,
now
now you
I'll
can
take
get
it. See, this girl was East 11, and
At that time.
she's a very well-known dancer now in Kudiyattam. I went to see her performance, and I saw the concentration in the eyes of the girl. It is, especially in Kathakali and Kudiyattam and all that, the use of your continuously stopped eyeball. You look not like that, but just normally. Something like this. She was like a Ravana song himself. But I say she was only 11 or 12 when I first saw her. So, that has taken a lot of...
Guruji, can you leave that parbat for us? I want to see that gesture.
He is talking only about, she was sitting and doing it.
Yeah, I want to see that, please. We all want to see that.
Idiye cutting room lead pole. Ice cut. Cutting it. Cutting it.
আমরা একটু আলো চাইছি মঞ্চে।
This is impromptu Arya Abhinaya.
In fact, I went and practiced this, how this girl was able to have that concentration. I think probably the way that she was trained by her parents.
আমি ঘটনাটা একটু বলতে চাই আপনাদের। মাত্র 11 বছরের একজন নৃত্যশিল্পীর কাছ থেকে তিনি গিয়ে তার কাছ থেকে শিখেছেন যে এটা সে কিভাবে করছে। And this is he actually.
That system is totally different. Kathak, Kudiyattam is a different system. Yeah, I think.
So age is not something, even a young child, if taught properly.
You have to keep your eyes, ears, everything open.
I've not,
heart
I've even,
Observation,
just
you
kept
don't know
my
what you
eye-
observe.
not allowing winking. So I've tried, sometimes I'm just lying down and that's how it has come to stand, and I feel that.
Oh, this is yours.
Oh, sorry.
Guruji, there are a few wonderful statements that you have given over the years. A man,
Why don't I remember all that?
because you don't remember because you talk to so many people every day and you tell all these things to so many people every day. But the recipient, on being in the recipient end, we believe these are such spiritual statements, these are such wonderful philosophical statements that we can actually go deep down and understand what Guruji is trying to say and mean. But since you are very close to us today, we want to again listen to all those wonderful statements. Guruji is saying, in 2014, only 5, 6, 7 years back, any change, if you can do it beautifully, with neatness, is fine and good. Change in Bharatnatyam, both in style, abhinay, by the new dancers, is most welcome, provided they do it beautifully. That means a man who started learning dance in 1947, at the age of 88, 45,
Yeah.
and still continuing the art form, he is saying that any change is fine and wonderful provided you have neatness in that. Can you please elaborate? What do you mean by neatness in dance
Neatness
or maybe
in
any
the
art form?
dance, so I said, you hold on to, like, the first thing, this is neatness. I'm sitting there, just talking to myself, and then because I practiced, I said normally it, without my knowing, it, the eye starts moving without your knowing. But this is, if you want, you can continue to be holding on to your your focus. The focus is something which is something I worked hard to find out.
About the neatness of the dance.
The neatness of the dance. See, if I do a hand like that, or like that, or like that. If I just did some movement which is
neither here nor there.
Neither here nor not there, but
if the idiom is there, the basics are there. No problem.
I just move my. It's not just only the eye. Then gradually,
I mean, the way
every
we do
part
it.
of
The way,
every
if the
part of the
basics are
body.
good, and if you are able
Okay, we have some celebrated personalities of our state here today also. We have Dr. Padmini Chakravarti. She was the principal of the Government Music College, and she has been a dance guru and a very wonderful citizen of our state. She has a question for you, Guruji. Dr. Padmini Chakravarti, she wants to know that reality show and learning from YouTube and other, IT-based gadgets, as you were saying, will it actually affect the dance style or the learning process that we are in? Or it's fine, I mean.
See, when you copy things, they can never be. What's it?
যাদের এতটাই ব্যস্ততা যদি থাকে তাহলে তো আপনারা যেতেও পারেন প্রেক্ষাগৃহ ছেড়ে মোবাইলগুলো তো আমরা বন্ধ করতে পারি এইটুকু সৌজন্যতা আপনারা দেখান প্লিজ গুরুজি সরি The question says, Dr. Padmini Chakravarti wants to know from
All
you
these
that
gadgets.
reality show, I mean, we have reality show in all the national channels now, even in the local channels, and YouTube, obviously, is a threat, or maybe is a wonderful platform to spread our art form. We can see it from both the angles. Can you please guide us on the fact that whether it helps actually to learn, or it's always...
Personally, no.
Okay.
You learn one-to-one. Maybe very wonderful singers, voice would be there, but how they have a purpose. Unlike if I'm singing, how can I think of anything else or not thinking? So I mean, I don't believe that it's very. It is very essential to forget about that at every moment it is something that's coming on to you.
That's fine.
I'm not very...
We have a singer here. He is a very popular singer, Amar Ghosh. He has a question for you. He says, language of the dance form that you are in, Bharatnatyam, is not understandable by common people in this region or maybe in other parts of the country also. What about them? How do they understand the dance? What to do?
If I sing to you in all the languages, probably you'll get the answer, because that is, if you want to learn something, you have to go deeper and deeper, or not just listening to others, you're able to get your result.
No, but what was the question?
The question says language. I mean, language in the art form is a barrier.
Lyrics, most of us things are lyrics-based, definitely. That also sometimes happens as a binding. The restriction also is there. It's not a free music.
It works as a barrier at
A
times.
sound makes a different type of a picture. With lyrics, it gets contained and
Right.
there is a limitation. It all depends on what you choose to do. And as, say, like suppose I sing Rabindra Sangeet in Carnatic music, it will neither remain Carnatic music nor Rabindra Sangeet. Basically, lyrics are
True.
in Bengali, it was devised in a particular way.
True.
Musical structure is totally different. If I sing a Bangla thing, language, with this particular region of this music of this region, then it makes sense. It's pleasant to the ear, meaning one who knows Bangla, they will understand the language.
Right.
So the mind is free to see what is happening in dance. If you are just deciphering the music and the words and which language, then it is a botheration, definitely.
Very true.
So, whatever you do, auchityam, what we call that appropriateness should be there. If you are doing a bhajan, Hindi bhajan, we have to take Hindustani music. If you are doing some Carnatic piece, we have to sing it in Carnatic music. If you are taking some like bhand, whatever it is, the local language of that place is, language and the music of that region goes together, which is more easy to understand whatever is happening in other art form. We take that as a background and do that, present the art form. So it matches. Otherwise, but dance movement is such which can match any language and any music.
Excellent.
That's what I believe.
Guruji, we have another question from a very popular Odissi dancer of our state, Shorbani Nondi. She says, dance as a therapy, dance as a healer. Is it really possible?
It's possible because first you have to keep your body proper. You have to see that you don't eat too much, or all this traveling, walking away late in the night, and timings and everything. All that matters very much if you have to observe that.
Another popular dancer of our state, Devabrata Devarman, he says...
It is not like a diet, eat less, you will become thinner. No, it is not like that. Dance is totally an art form that can work as a therapy. You can't learn music just for that therapy. But music can be treated as a therapy for a patient. If the patient feels good listening to your music, let him.
Yeah.
So,
few countries have already started
if he sings
that.
and the depression goes, or he feels that his mood changes, he is relaxed, it is a therapy.
Right.
But you can't learn music just for therapy. You get me? Therapy is a different thing.
Right.
Music is a different thing. But if both come together, then it is a therapy.
Excellent. Devabrata Devarman says, is knowledge of Natya Shastra important to be a dancer?
I don't think, yes. No. It's good. You have to know, but just because somebody does it, most of the musicians in the earlier years, probably they never studied anything about Natya Shastra.
You never studied Natya Shastra in the beginning?
No, but I'm talking about the past.
When you started preaching in college, the theoretical part of it,
I had to
he used to
teach
go from practical side to theory.
I was not really very keen to do the theory part of the music, of the subject. But I have to do it because we have a curriculum, we have to follow something. So we are forced to. Left to myself, probably I'm not a scholar. I'm not a scholar of that time.
Right. Abhijit Bhattacharya, he is a principal of a very renowned educational institute of our state. He has 3 questions for you. To begin with, he says, is there any relationship between our needs and want with the prevailing dance forms in India? I repeat, he says, is there any relationship between our needs and wants with the prevailing dance forms in India? Any connection you find?
Whether dance is a need or not.
Whether there is any relationship with the term need and want, or maybe he wanted to mean desire. Is there any relationship? Is there any relationship between our needs?
Needs means not this knee.
No, needs.
Need,
what we want.
N-double-E-D.
Yeah, right.
No. See, one is an outer core thing, and the another thing is very personal. If I want to dance, I want to learn music, it is my personal thing. There's the urge to learn something. Need is something from outside. You need this. Why do you need it?
His second question is, can we improve our intellect and personality being a dancer?
I'm 100% clear, but not at the same time, it is not just for a showmanship that even if you learn and then finally there is more money in moving different way, then you're not going to be happy with that at all, against what we really think is very right. This is the way, this makes Personally, I feel I get a sort of a spiritual feeling when especially when I'm rehearsing.
You see, all these art forms, actually, it is an experience which is not tangible, basically. It is not tangible. You can only feel it. You can only, so many words you can say, I feel this, I feel this, I feel that. You can't give the experience.
A popular singer of our state, Pushpita Chakraborty, she has a question, and the question is quite common for both of you, but still we want to get the answer from you. How do we differentiate between Indian classical dances being a common audience?
Huh?
How do we differentiate the various Indian classical dance forms being a very common audience? What
For a
would be the
common
main
audience.
mantra? Yeah. How do we differentiate the Indian classical dance forms being a very common audience? Is it possible to do that?
Very common audience?
I mean, a normal
Ordinary,
audience?
normal.
Yeah.
That means, then there comes the dilution, I think.
Okay.
The question of previously you asked some question.
Right.
The dilution comes there. To reach a common audience, you have to speak their language. That means you have to dilute your own way of.
Okay, these were the questions that few of our renowned personalities, they wanted to ask from you. I have few more.
I wonder whether we ever gave them any
No, both of you, you are obviously
No,
replying.
because classical art forms are is more of what you call either one things should appeal whatever they see in a dance. The sound should appeal the music they hear. Unless that person is not sensitive towards that, then you have to dilute your system and then give it to them. Would you like anyone want to do that? Is their own personal choice. That's
Right. Guruji, this is a very serious point of discussion, and this particular point, I am sure all the dancers who are here today, they will actually love to listen from you. At one point of time, you are saying that stitched costume,
stitched costumes.
male dancers should learn to wear a dhoti. Don't go for stitched costume. This doesn't help you as a dancer. This is again a wonderful statement from you, and from someone of your, I mean, magnificent personality like you telling this. Male dancers throughout the country, I want to request you, learn to wear a dhoti being a dancer. Don't go for stitched costumes. This is wonderful. Can you enlighten us on that? Why did you say that?
You know, when you wear a costume, it's not a costume. Costumes generally would mean the stitched costumes, which we don't use. We don't. But when you do the various pleats and things, and every time I wear a dhoti, when I finish with it, it looks different from what I wore yesterday. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand. I get your point.
daily you create an advantage.
So I personally started with this, that I told my students, even now in Kalakshetra, nobody uses the stitched costumes for boys at all. But for me, I felt every time I see some design different. For example, one day it is here, one day it's there. I can't, otherwise, what you see, the tailor will give you is all ironed completely, and all their costumes stand like that.
It
So
becomes
here,
stiff.
they become very
The
stiff.
flow is not there.
And so
The beauty of the textile goes.
I'm able to create new designs, you know, instead of just repeating the same or wearing the same costume.
Okay. Guruma, you being the audience, or maybe his best critic, tell me one show, one performance of Guruji, which you would keep at number 1 in his performance list. I mean, this is one performance you can never forget in your lifetime. Tell us one about that.
See, one performance means 2 hours or 1.5 hours or 1 hour. That's the different thing. When there will be points at different time in the same performance which touches you.
I want a
If it
real
touches
example.
you, if it touches you, that means
No, that's
You're
okay,
happy.
but I want a real example. वो वाला performance मुझे याद है. That is one of his best. After all, at the end of the day, he is a dancer. He performed in so many parts of the country and the world. And you have been with him.
I don't think I can pinpoint that one performance was the best. No.
No, not the best, but this is something you actually
that's what
remember
I'm
and you
saying.
cherish.
There are moments in the same performance, there will be some scattered moments which
Okay.
I like. Yeah.
Anything like that?
It
Example?
touches you, that's all.
Anything like that? Example? I mean, what touches you very much when he's on dais and he performs?
That's what I'm saying, that even in one padam, in one line, particular hand is very good. I mean, that
Okay.
sticks, stays in your mind.
Okay.
That is an experience, what I said. Huh?
What is his
You-
favorite food?
No, what I'm saying, I mean to say that it is an experience which stays back.
He's
That's all.
feeling
Right.
You can't
hungry.
even explain that, how you experience.
I got your point. I said, what is his favorite food?
Favorite?
Food.
Food.
Food. We all love foods. And we are all very sweet people. Very sweet people.
When is he angry?
Huh?
When is he angry? When is Guruji very angry?
When he gets angry.
You can
when
be free to say that,
No,
don't
I know,
worry.
I know. I'm a very free person, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I have my own opinion. I am a different person, definitely. We are totally a different person.
Right.
I am very frank that way. No, what? His anger just comes like that. But as it comes, it goes also. I get, my anger is not shown outside, mostly. I'll swallow it. Being a lady, I don't know. That's what most of the ladies must be doing it here also. It happens in a household. But if something goes wrong in the program, he gets very upset. That is definitely there. Perhaps sometimes he gets angry with himself. That why it didn't come. So next time will be more effort. That anger also becomes like a screwdriver to tighten the screw. That yes, I must do it.
With the emotion deep inside me that I'm almost like your son, and you can always pardon me if I'm wrong. But this would be a very, deep down question that I want to know from you. Please take it this way, that a son is asking to his mother, Mother, can you please tell me what has been the best romantic line father has told you ever? Tell us something on that. You have been one of the best artist couple in the
You are
country.
asking a wrong person because we got married in 1962.
That's fine.
Okay. So we never spoke about...
No, till date, one of the best line that he has told to you.
Mostly it happens on the dining table. Today's food was so good.
And what is one of the best line from her end to you, Guruji?
That also will be like this. Food was so good.
Let us take it from him.
No,
We
I
appreciate
feel we do have some fights in between us.
Tell me the most romantic line she told to you. That's what I want.
Romantic line.
Yeah.
I think only the experience.
Excellent, excellent. Guruji, at one point of time you have been saying this also. This is again a beautiful line. I must read it out before the audience. I don't like vulgarity. If you don't wear enough clothes and want to show yourself off, and then, however good you are at attempting the exercises named dance, your execution is wrong. This is again a very, very beautiful line. Can you please enlighten us on this also? I repeat the line again, audience. He says, I don't like vulgarity. If you don't wear enough clothes and want to show yourself off, and then, however good you are at attempting the exercises named dance, your execution is wrong.
See, basically, when we talk in music and dance, we always say dance and music is all very spiritual. So, and most of our compositions that we have, they are either very romantic or very too much of godliness in it. And but I'm not getting the words. Can
I say something?
Yeah, please.
The question of, you brought in vulgarity, that word.
Yeah.
Now what I feel is that in the name of doing things in reality, on stage, because it is an art form, we say it is an art form,
Right.
it is not real. We must
True.
understand that. It is not real. It is a make-believe thing. It should look real like, not real. That like is very strong there. It should look real like. Because the technique is such that you should cry on stage, but ashru should not come. Tears should not come. Because if you reach that stage emotionally, you can't immediately, next second, you can't change the emotion. सांस नीचे नहीं आएगा तो मुश्किल है. So you should go, you should know your limits. That's where the technique helps you as a performer. But to show the real tear or to fall, ultimately what is the purpose of art form? To give you joy. So it should not end up, even vibhatsa rasa or hasya rasa or whatever rasa you are doing, exhibiting, it should finally give you joy. That is important in art form. But if even Shringara rasam becomes vibhatsa or hasya, it's wrong. So ultimate rasa is joy. That is what the art form strives for.
True. Guruji, who introduced Rabindranath Tagore in your life? You have been an ardent reader of Rabindranath, and you love his songs.
Fortunately, I was in Banaras for many years, working in a women's
Girls'
college. Huh?
Girls' college.
Girls' college, I was teaching. So then we used to, every year in the school, they used to have this Varsha Mangal in the college, because my art teacher was a painter from Shantiniketan. So I was very touched by the way the students, all the students dancing in the whole area, and
Sapling.
And it was such a beautiful feeling and some of the songs I still remember. But it always, every year, I would dance along with the other students, mostly girl students. But I always felt when I sang his songs, there was something that was very, very beautiful in the way the simple music was. For example, if I say, Hridaya amar nachi re ajike moyure re modo nachi re nachi re. This is how they would sing. But one day in a class, I was talking, and then they said, sir, why do you sing like that? Huh? So I said, what's wrong? No, you sang it all right, but it was not very right. It is out of Swarolipi. So the Swarolipi music,
the
probably,
age of controversy.
Yeah, it was a
because
big
he added
controversy.
something else
So I didn't even know about it. I said, re daya mar nachi re ajike. Re motu nachi re. No, Swarolipi bar nahi. So that was that. There was a lot of people who were very strong.
Guruji, I have a surprise for you. Audience, I swear this stage, I swear this microphone, and this is a surprise. আমার এনাদের সঙ্গে একবারও কথা হয়নি বিষয়টা নিয়ে। ছোট্ট একটা সারপ্রাইজ, একটা ইমোশনাল সারপ্রাইজ। Guruji, I touch your feet and take permission. If you can please come here. There is a small surprise for you. You need to come here. Yeah. Guruma, you please sit. একটু লাইট চাই আমরা এখানে। Taposh, and we will play it. Rest all up to you. গুরুজির এটা প্রিয় একটা গান, ইন্টারভিউতে শুনি।
ওই মালতী লতা দোলে দোলে পিয়ালো তরুর কোলে, ওই মালতী লতা দোলে পূব হাওয়াতে মালতী লতা দোলে মোর হৃদয়ে লাগে দোলা ফিরিয়া কোন ভোলা মোর ভাবনা কোথায় হারা মেঘের মতন যায় চলে ওই মালতী লতা দোলে দোলে পিয়ালো তরুর কোলে ওই মালতী লতা
Yeah, but I just want to share that if you sing Rabindra Sangeet with too much of, I think some people, I don't know if it is right or wrong, I'm not, so Maloti Lata, if you speed, in that speed, I think the dance doesn't fit in at all. So most of the songs, and this is different from, in that speed, if I sing Maloti Lata, dole, do. See, I think basically the poet probably had whatever feeling that he felt at that point of time. So his voice, and it's not easily correct. I cannot change. Because what he sang was beautiful in that way. But if I feel, if I use that, people don't accept it because that's.
We will. Oh, please sit. Last two questions. I mean, these are not questions, but these are just our, again, emotional thoughts that we want to share with you, Guruji. Guruji, dance has given you so much in life. It has given you name, it has given you fame, it has given you students across the country and the globe. It has given you Guruma. It has given you many other things. And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people across the country, they all believe you are their God. And dance actually, to someone like you, is prayer, is all that a man can have in his or her life. Just to end this discussion, and I'm sure you'll be here again on 29th. 29th, ladies and gentlemen, Guruji will perform on the stage. Sambodhi has organized that event in wonderful support from Sangeet Natak Academy. I request all of you to be here on that day also. Guruji, can you please tell me, and then I'll take the same answer from Guruma. At this point of life, when you have so much and so much from thousands of people across the country and globe, what is dance to you? I started with who is an artist. When we end, please tell me, what is dance to you?
Dance is something that is never ending. And personally, I don't know, I always feel when I should leave, I should be singing. Dance cannot probably continue after an age, but I think music and the sound that I feel, I realize, I think that's probably.
Which song would that be? When you leave and you sing, which song would that be?
I don't know. I can for example, without my knowing, I will hum this particular song. I don't even remember the words correctly. Amar munumani na dinorajo ni amar munumani na.
Guruma, to you, what is dance? To you, what is dance?
Dance, I feel that because I'm initiated into this, since the chikungunya thing came, it loved me a lot, and it stayed also. So, since last few years, I'm not very practically involved in the practice of dance. But still, I think I will always dance with my mind and my heart. That will not leave. But only regret is that I should have done more, could do more, I am not able to do it. That hitch is there. But I think in heart and mind, I think I would dance forever, till I am there.
Guruji, the last and really the last, I mean, again, if you call it a question, it's not a question, but take it as a very emotional, direct, maybe, I just want to know it from you. An artist cries, and he or she cries in a very different manner, maybe alone, maybe letting no one else know that I'm crying. And maybe you have received Padmabhusan, maybe you have received Sangeet Natak Academy Award, maybe you have received so many other awards. Today you have received Sarvottam Samman. Doesn't mean, and doesn't actually mean that you do not cry. You also cry, and I'm sure that you cry when you feel bad about something, when you emotionally feel that I'm down, and tears, they actually, roll down from your eyes. Guruji, what makes you cry?
Many things. My life has been so long, I think that it is, many things have, but I really don't, I tell all my students as well, that when you cry, it is not theater, it's dance, because in next, which minute you're going to change,
I think he's asking you in your life. That's what
I'm talking about your
life.
life.
Life, not the
When
dance.
did you cry in your life? Or maybe when did you cry last in your life?
Oh, no, I think I cry a lot. No.
As the age advances, tears
I-
come very easily.
No,
It's a fact.
But I cry on many occasions. And in fact, when I was young, they used to call me the Arif Munji. It was always crying. Huh? So
Crying baby like.
cry baby. So probably something of that young age thing remains more again and again. So, but I do. I really can't keep without spelling out with my eyes.
I think crying also, as you asked, in life, it is not that crying which you, as a children or...
No, obviously,
What
no.
I feel is that even people, most of those who are very strong during all their life, when the age is advancing, when they perhaps in some way they feel some helpless, first thing, whenever they want to talk to something, their voice chokes, tears come. I think it's a very natural phenomena in a human being. And we are all human beings.
Guruji, the last and really the last one. Zindagi ko ek hi line bolna hai aapko. The entire life that you enjoyed and passed, you will tell only one line to your own life. What will that line be? खुद के जिंदगी को एक ही लाइन बताना है आपको. Just one line to your own life.
Give me another life to continue what I have started.
একজন মানুষ, আমার মনে হয় শেষটা এইভাবেই করি আমরা, মঞ্চে যদি একটু আলু পাওয়া যায়। একজন মানুষ প্রায় 65 বছর তিনি মঞ্চে নাচ করছেন এবং সেই মানুষটি বলছেন যে আমি চাই আমার জীবনের শেষ দিনে গান গাইতে গাইতে আমি যাব। এবং যে গানটি তার কাছ থেকে জানতে চাওয়া হলো যে কোন গানটি সেদিন আপনি গাইবেন, তাহলে তিনি একটি রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত গাইলেন। এ রাজ্যে ওই মানুষটি মোট 7 বার এসছেন। ইতিহাসের পাতায় শ্যামসুন্দরের এই অনুষ্ঠানটি আজকে নিছক সর্বোত্তম সম্মান বলেই লিখিত থাকবে, কিংবা শ্যামসুন্দর পরিবারের যেদিন 100 বছর পূর্ণ হবে, আজকে যেমন 60 বছর নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলছি, বা 75 বছর হবে, সেদিনও আমরা বলবো যে প্রফেসর সিভি চন্দ্রশেখরকে 24শে ফেব্রুয়ারি 2020 আমরা সংবর্ধিত করেছিলাম। কিন্তু কোথাও সেদিন কেউ বলবেন কিনা জানি না যে তিনি বলে গেছিলেন, 85 বছরের একজন কিংবদন্তি, তিনি বলে গেছিলেন আমার শেষ দিনের যাত্রায় একটি গান হবে এবং সেটি রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত তিনি নিজে গেয়ে শুনিয়েছেন। কোথাও যদি এই ছোট ছোট মুহূর্তগুলো ইতিহাসকে বাঁধতে পারে, কোথাও যদি এই ছোট ছোট মুহূর্তগুলো আমাদের জীবনের বেঁচে থাকাকে সুন্দর করতে পারে, তাহলে আমরা সবাই শ্যামসুন্দরের ওই জুয়েলারি দোকানের সোনার অলংকারগুলোর চেয়ে অনেক বেশি স্বর্ণালী হব মনে মনে। আপনারা সবাই এই কিংবদন্তির অনুষ্ঠান দেখবেন, আর সবাই আসুন মনে মনে রবীন্দ্রনাথের কাছেই প্রার্থনা করি আজ, ভাগ্যিস আপনি ছিলেন, এবং ওনাকে বলি ভাগ্যিস আপনারা এসেছিলেন। ওই মানুষটিকে আজকেও কিভাবে এক সুতোয় গাঁথা যায়, যে মানুষ দুজন এগুলো নিয়ে কথা বললেন, তারা ওই ভাষাটি জানেন না, তারা তাকে অনুধাবন করেছেন। দায়িত্ব আমাদের বেড়ে গেল আরও। আসুন সবাই মিলে রবীন্দ্রনাথ পড়ি, নাচ দেখি আরও বেশি করে, সবাই মিলে ভারতীয় ধ্রুপদী সঙ্গীত এবং শিল্পকে বাঁচিয়ে রাখার জন্যে চেষ্টা করি। প্রেক্ষাগৃহ কানায় কানায় পূর্ণ না থাকুক, যারা আছি আমরা সবাই মিলে এক একজন এই ব্যাটনটিকে হাতে নিয়ে প্রত্যেকে অ্যাম্বাসেডার হই, নাচে যাব আমরা। থ্যাংক ইউ গুরুজিতে, থ্যাংক ইউ গুরুমা সো মাচ।